Sweetie, can I share with you? You can't be on camera because you're too naked, virtually naked. Can I share with you my thoughts about Anna Karenina, which you are more than smart enough to understand, even though you didn't read that book?
You may.
Okay, now I wouldn't want to say this in conversation to any of my friends because it sounds kind of arrogant, but this is my channel, so I can be arrogant here if I want. These thoughts almost made me cry, so that's not arrogant. Okay, so here's the thing. So I decided to send a video, a 6-second video of me walking with Claudio and Denali as a kind of a hallmark of the channel, you know? It's only 6 seconds, everybody, and here we are. And I didn't realize that by picking out like 25 people I might want to send that to, that I was creating a group. I didn't realize that. So next thing you know, there was a group, and I was like, oh, I was on Renee's, my BFF Renee's front porch. We're not getting along super well, which, for instance, she's never seen a single one of these, nor has she shown any interest, even in when I have it on the tablet right there in front of her. Like, I did this on her porch, and she wasn't interested. We're just in different places. That's fine. I still love her soul very much. So anyway, okay, so I created that group by accident. And then somebody with the first initial R started acting out, being kind of dark and snarky. He said that something I wrote made it sound like I was suggesting that we would all be better off dead, which is weird because he's pretty smart. And I had, when I read it, thought, oh, when I say when I say I wish for the emancipation of all mankind, that could sound like I wish that we die, you know, because that's, if you're a spiritual person, you might think the only way to be emancipated from the ego and the, you know, the thousand, what is it? The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune and the thousand something that flesh is heir to? Hamlet?
Shocks.
The thousand shocks that flesh is heir to? Thank you. Encyclopedic knowledge of Shakespeare. That's probably why I fell in love with this guy. I remember telling my therapist, I said, he has like an encyclopedic knowledge of Shakespeare. There's no limit to how much I could flirt with a person like that. By the way, you can cut off the beginning and end of one of these videos quite easily. So if I say something you don't like, chop, 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 like happened in the previous take, but we'll just delete that. So anyway, so yeah, so I saw that by saying I wish for the emancipation of all peoples as soon as possible, it could sound like I wish we all die from a spiritualist person perspective. So I said the earthly emancipation, by which I meant we stay on earth as living beings, embodied beings, and we're emancipated. But I also kind of sort of vaguely knew that that could backfire because could sound like emancipation from earthliness. And that's what R seized on because he's been kind of weird lately. And then he said, when you say you wish for the earthly emancipation of all human beings, it sounds like you want us all to die. And I was like, well, as a person with social phobia, I did once have the insight that I would be more comfortable if everybody was dead. And I pictured like a sea of tombstones and I would finally be at home in the world. I thought about how sick that was. And I was like, boyfriend, name omitted, help, make a penis joke. And then you jumped on the line being very chivalrous and made, which I know you think is just between men, but I mean, just use it in the colloquial way, made a penis joke. And then R turned the whole chat into news about the Candor channel, which I had just slapped on there as a title, but this is a pretty good title. Good first instinct, into news about penis. Okay, so,
hey, so I have a question.
This is coming around to Anna Karenina. So one channel.
Good job. Anticipating my question.
Easy peasy. So one channel, one chat group, one messenger chat group, news about the Candor channel. As soon as all this penis activity started, I had to create a splinter group super fast, which I don't remember what we called it at first. Oh, I called it Enneagram shitfuck chat. I was with my mom when I created that. No, I think I don't know what I called it the first time, but eventually I changed the name to at some point there were just too many stupid genitalia jokes, mostly about penises, and I had to move every. No, yeah, I was at my mom's. No, right, this whole thing. I know I was at my house and she was visiting me, so I was on Renee's porch. That's when I created news about the Candor channel. The next day, Ryan got weird, and my mom was with me because, of course, I have to see the BFF because she hasn't seen me enough, and I haven't bought her dinner often enough. And then I had to see the mom, and I don't get a break. My friend who's a 3, he's just like, everybody go away. I'm going to do my laundry. I'm going to do my errands. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to back everything up to the terabyte, and everybody go away. I try to tell people to go away, and they're like, but I need you to take me to the vet. Okay, after I take you to the vet, everybody needs to leave me alone. But I need you to take me grocery shopping. After I take you grocery shopping. But I want you to come with me to your kayak. Okay, after. I never get a minute to myself. I mean, I spend a lot of time alone, but there's always, the next, the next, the next. Okay. So news about the Candor channel turned into shit fuck chat, which turned into the Berry Silly channel, which turned into the Fairy Berry channel. For a while, it was earnest and informative talk about sex, because the girl whose name starts with R and has another R said something very candid about her sex life and her anatomy. And her sexual anatomy that creates some problems.
Cool.
I love this young. Those of us who are childless by choice, it doesn't mean we don't love younger people. If you're like 20 years younger than me, male or female, I want to protect you so much, and I will tend to put you on a pedestal. But then if you fall off the pedestal, it doesn't mean I don't want to protect you anymore. It just means that I realize you're human. Okay, so yeah, now it's called the Fairy, as in fairies, Berry, as in berries, braying like a drunken angel, because one of my exes, who is actually a 4, probably the only 4, once wrote about a singer in a cafe that she was braying like a drunken angel. You could write that well. You could write that well.
Well, I'm not a 4.
You have a massive 4 fix.
Yeah.
You have such a big personality that you might as well be a 4.
What's his name was telling me that yesterday.
Damien?
Yeah.
Damien, my dude. Oh, that's one of my New Year's resolutions, to say my dude more, and I haven't been doing it because we got rear-ended by that psycho. You know that psycho with the ripped t-shirt who rear-ended us? You almost punched him in the fucking face. You guys kind of like did 180, and I could see you out of the back window, and your face was beet red, and you would have punched him in the face if Mr. Same first initial as me hadn't pulled you away. And that's why we almost started hitting each other afterwards and pushed each other's shoulder. And now we both have compounded injuries on our shoulder. It was a whole thing. It was crazy. Asshole rear-ended us and then got out of the car, and it was like, oh, I'm serious. He was on meth or some shit. That dude was freaking crazy. So anyway, okay, so news about the Candor channel became news about the Candor channel / Fairy Berry braying like a drunken angel. And somewhere along the line, I was thinking about all the chat made me feel kind of erudite, and I told an anecdote about how a lady named Olga said that I was very kind to the peoples, which is what, like if you're a good trophy wife and who is actually substantive, you're kind to the fans of your spouse, your husband. And so she was like, you're very, yeah, he's a big fan of the trophy wives.
Trophy wives?
He wants one.
Tight.
Trophy wives are tight. We're in love now with Ryan George. You're not naked from the neck up. You want to get your cheek in here? No? You're in one of the videos that I was promoting today. You're so cute. You're all purple and green, blue. Okay, so yeah, like there's just like low bargain basement trophy wife, and all she is like she's got long fingernails and lots of makeup and like a small nose or something, which I certainly don't have. And then it gets higher and higher and higher till it's like the highest is like she actually writes the books and you just put your name on them. Now that really happened. Sylvia Plath's mother was a writer, and her husband was an expert on bees, and he couldn't write much, or he didn't have time, or it just wasn't his thing. So she wrote his books and he put his name on them. But it was his research. But no, like in the movie Blue, Juliette Binoche straight up writes those symphonies, and her husband just puts his name on them. And then after Juliette, you know who Juliette Binoche is. You're as much of an art house douche as I am.
I don't
Own it.
I don't know.
In the words of Harley
the
Quinn, you gotta
name
own that shit.
of
You know who Juliette
Juliet.
Binoche is? The fucking English patient, dude.
I never saw
My
that movie.
dude. My dude, you did.